certain clothing and food textures, loud sounds, sometimes even the sound of her mom chewing. She was sweet and loving one moment and difficult and demanding the next. She couldn't fall asleep because she was so physically uncomfortable with her persistent reflux and itchy skin, and once she finally did fall asleep, she would groan through the night. She was both wired and exhausted. The whole family was. She was growing and reaching her developmental milestones appropriately, so her primary care pediatrician told her parents everything was normal. That this was just the terrible twos phase and that she would outgrow much of this. She was diagnosed as a well child, but Mom knew better. Because Stacy had an identical twin sister, and her twin sister truly was a well child. Mom knew that normal isn't necessarily thriving. When I went to the office the next workday, I looked back at what we had done for Stacy. I was surprised that I'd only seen her twice. During the first visit, we retold Stacy's story all the way back from before Mom was trying to get pregnant. Like detectives, we looked at every clue to figure out what had gotten Stacy to this place of disease. We deduced that Stacy likely had gut dysbiosis and leaky gut from years of antacid use. That because of the gut dysbiosis, she had trouble regulating her emotions. And because of the leaky gut, she had food sensitivities and immune dysregulation, triggering her eczema, and that she likely wasn't absorbing nutrients from her gut well, causing nutrient deficiencies that were affecting her sensory issues, sleep, and behavior. After blood and stool testing to confirm our deductions, I suggested a personalized diet, lifestyle, and supplement plan. Within 3 months, Stacy was happier and calmer, sleeping through the night, tolerating more clothing textures, trying new foods, slowly and successfully weaning off her reflux meds. I'll never forget the words her mom said to me. Now she's the child I always knew she was. She was finally thriving. This was not a miracle. This was integrative pediatrics at its best. This was a total shift in paradigm from our current conventional model of one-size-fits-all Band-Aid medicine to a modern paradigm of personalized root cause resilience medicine. As a Stanford, New York University, and University of California, San Francisco trained pediatrician, I was taught to diagnose serious but rare diseases and to put out fires, literally. When something went wrong and a child got sick, we were taught to go on the offensive and attack. Eczema and inflammation on the skin, extinguish the fire with steroids. Reflux with too much acid in the stomach, neutralize the acid with antacid medications. Ear infection, kill the germs with antibiotics. And when we didn't hit it hard enough, find something harder to hit it with. What I learned in medical school and residency felt like trying to put out a forest fire on one side while the flames were still being fanned on the other. Once the inflammation was temporarily extinguished, the smoldering embers would light up again and show up as another earache, asthma attack, anxiety, or autoimmune flare. There was no thought as to how to rebuild and restore the forest so that it was more resilient against any future wildfires in the first place. I'm not saying that going on the offensive is always wrong to do. There is a time and a place for everything, and pharmaceuticals can save lives. But in our modern world, most of our kids are not dying from life-threatening acute diseases and infections. Our kids are suffering from persistent, often lifelong and life-impacting conditions that are increasingly common and are often a result of our medical interventions and modern lifestyle. But now we know more, and we need to do better for our kids. What I wish I had learned in medical school. We don't know what we don't know until we know it. When I graduated from my UCSF pediatrics residency in 2000, I had no idea what the gut microbiome was and how just one round of antibiotics early in life could disrupt a child's developing gut microbiome and set the stage for later allergies, asthma, eczema, ADHD, anxiety, or autoimmune disease. What do I wish I had learned in medical school? I wish I had learned more about poop, about the gut-brain, gut immune.